Hi friends, welcome back to Liz's Reading Corner. I'm Liz and I like books. Today I thought I would do a video on 10 books that I would like to finish before the end of the year. These are a mix of library books and books that I also own. I do get a lot of the books that I read from the library. I just don't see the point in buying books if I'm not really going to read them again. So the majority of the books, like I said, that I read do come from the library. I have done a 10 before the end post on Instagram, but I've read most of those books already, so I figured I would do another 10 books that I would like to finish before the end. I'm not actually sure if I will get all of them finished. Some of them are a little bit chunky, so we'll see how we go. So the first book I've heard some really good things about. It is The Bone Tree. This is a book set in New Zealand and it's about Maori people. The blurb says, Kauri and Black's mum has been gone 6 months now. Their dad is barely holding on and the threat of child services taking Black looms large. Kauri won't let that happen, and so he embarks on a journey into their family's past. The only way to break the cycle of violence is to understand where it all began, and when an accident brings child services to their door, the race is on for Kauri to save his brother, and he will learn that no matter how brave he is or how strong he is, he cannot do it alone. This is a debut novel. It sounds amazing. I really hope that this is as good as it sounds. The second book in my TBR is The Revenge of the Dwarves by Marcus Heights. As a tradition, for the last 3 Christmases, I have bought myself one of these for my Christmas present to myself. They are very, very chunky, like very big books. This one is, I think, 762 pages. So it is definitely one of the biggest, if not the biggest book on my TBR. And I'll be getting myself another one this year, so I really, really need to get this one finished. The next book is Knights of Dark Renown by David Gemmell. This is one of the series I would like to finish next year, so I'm starting it this year. I read Legends, so Trust the Legends. I started reading that in high school, and I didn't realize that this was actually the first book in the series. It's either the first book or a prequel, so I'm hoping to pick this up as well before the end of the year. The next book is Del Toro Quest by Emily Rodda. This is the first 8 books all in one volume. I do have the other two books in the series, or in the series, I guess, as well to read. I will be doing a review video on this one for one of my friends, so that is also quite a hefty book, so that's going to take a little while. The next book is the smallest book in my TBR. It is a book that is very close to my heart. It is Island of the Blue Dolphins by Scott Dell. I first read this book, or was read this book, in grade 6. So my grade 6 teacher read it to us. I love it. I love the story of it. It is read at least, or I read it, I should say, at least once a year, every year, because it never gets old. It's just so special to me. So it's another one. The next one is Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. I have a few friends on Bookstagram that have recommended this to me and who fangirl over the series, the TV series. I haven't watched the TV series because I really wanted to read the books first, because every time I've read a series before watching the movie, the books have been fine, but watching either the movies or the TV series first and then reading the books, it just, for whatever reason, ruins the books for me. So I'm reading this first. So the next book on my TBR I've had for a very long time. It was actually a part of the first series that I bought. It was the first actual books that I bought for myself as well. I bought them in high school, so at the time it felt like I was spending a small fortune. It is The Amulet of Samarkand by Jonathan Stroud. So this is the first book in the Bartimaeus trilogy. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'm pretty sure everyone has their own pronunciation of it. It's very well loved, very well read. My son is actually super interested in the covers, so we'll see if it's something that I could read to him for his bedtime stories. But this one follows a magician's apprentice, and he has the help of a djinn to help him foil all sorts of mishaps. It's probably aimed at middle school. I don't even really know what age middle school is. I imagine middle school is like end of primary school, start of high school for us. So it's probably aimed at that sort of age group, but it doesn't read like a children's book. It's actually really good. The next book is The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. But I'm very excited. This is doing the rounds, or has been doing the rounds in my Bookstagram circle, so I'm glad I finally got hold of the copy of it. Next is The Hurricane Wars. This is another one that is doing the rounds. People either love it or hate it. I think this is actually has romance parts in it, which I'll just have to deal with at the time. Hopefully it's not as full of romance as it seems, because Goodreads makes it sound like it's purely a romantasy novel, but you guys will find out when I read it. And the last one on my 10 before the end of 2023 is Pine. I love horror. I love all things horror. Horror is and has been my favorite genre for a very, very long time, pretty much since I picked up Carrie by Stephen King when I was like 9-10 years old. Horror has just been like a large part of my life, so of course I had to include a horror movie in there. So that is my 10 before the end of 2023. Have you read any of these? If you have any opinions on any of them, I would love to hear them. As always, if you have any book recommendations or anything that you would like me to cover, just let me know. Like, share, and subscribe if you like my videos, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!